Hello, welcome to CryptoCoach365, day 125. Mike Tozoni here, reporting from a hotel room in San Diego, California. So, got up this morning. My alarm was set for 4 a.m. My cat woke me up with purrs and snuggles at like 3:47, so that kind of worked out pretty well. Boarded the plane, got here without any problems. Nice location, unfortunately right in front of the highway, so I can kind of hear it, but it's a Hilton, so at least it's like the room is actually really nice. And had my meeting today with the people I wanted to meet up with. With the crypto stuff, IMF came out with a warning that we seem to be on a like another financial crash is coming soon, imminent, whatever. So more signals about things possibly going bad. We had signals about something going wrong or things slowing down years ago, actually, like 3-4 years ago, maybe even longer than that. I'm actually wondering whether those signals were signals of something new, or rather still lingering issues from the prior crash. But it seems more and more agencies and investors are starting to claim that, well, we're probably at the crest of our market and things might, excuse me, light is bugging me. Things might start to come down and crash or recession or whatever again soon. Honestly, I'm not really sure if this is like actual things that may cause a recession, or if it's just a collective belief because we've had such a boom for the last almost 10 years that people might think, well, maybe it's time for a one, so everybody prepares for it, and because everybody prepares for it, they end up pushing the market into it. So we'll see. With crypto, we haven't really had a test of cryptocurrencies of how well they will perform in a global recession. We've had plenty of tests of cryptocurrency performance in local recessions. So Russia had issues, people went to buy Bitcoin. India had issues, people went to buy Bitcoin. Argentina, Venezuela, Brazil, Turkey, Greece had issues, people rushed in to buy Bitcoin because they saw Bitcoin as more of a stable way to protect themselves. But that's local to specific countries. It's not the whole world. With regards to a large-scale recession of dollars and euros, like if the US and Europe and possibly Asia all kind of go down, we never really had that because Bitcoin was only created after the 2008 crash. It was actually created in response to, well, in part in response to the bailouts that banks had, because it was seen as a, what's the word? Sorry, I've been losing words recently. Not an irresponsible banking or irresponsible use of money. So Bitcoin was kind of the answer to that, to create a currency that is not linked to any governments or any banks or any third parties, so that people who might have different agendas or may not be, let's say, economically inclined will not be able to mess up the money. So Bitcoin was created after the global recession, so Bitcoin never actually had a chance to go through a global recession. So we'll see how it goes. It could go either people will see Bitcoin as a safe haven, and once the market starts to decline, people will move their money to Bitcoin. Or it might be that people will see Bitcoin as a speculative asset like stocks, and when the market starts to decline, they may want to put their money in a more safe asset like dollars or gold or whatever. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, today's meeting was pretty good. I met with the comic artist that I mentioned that I came out here to meet. The main purpose of me being in San Diego is actually going to be the meeting on Friday with an investor, his accountant. But These people are in San Diego too, the comic artist and her husband. Her husband does the business part of things. So we met, we discussed, talked about what each one of us wanted, what kind of goals are, what each can contribute. Went out to a nice dinner, kind of did more of a personal relationship building, personal discussion. Because with business, and this is again my coach JT Fox's teaching. Don't go into it just thinking, okay, what can I do for you? What can you do for me? Like if you just build a business on just the transactional part, it's not really going to be a good business relationship, because you are just another customer or who'll come in, buy stuff, and as soon as somebody else comes in with something better, you're gone. You're also not going to be able to get as good of, I guess, deals or working relationships if you just do the transactional part. Like, I'll pay you so-and-so and you'll do so-and-so every month. I mean, that's it. Really, if you want to do business, you don't, like, first and foremost, find out who the person is, discuss like what are their needs, find out who they are, what kind of, maybe even what kind of a family or personal life they have, what kind of interests they have, what kind of concerns they have, and then kind of get to know them first, and then after that kind of build up on top of that, and then bring business kind of later, put it on top of that. Because another issue is that you may end up, if you just focus on a transactional, not only can you end up as just a customer who doesn't really have any ties or interest in you, you could also actually end up with somebody who is not really a good fit for business. Like they could be unreliable. They can have some personal issues that they have to deal with that you wouldn't even be aware of, or they might even be like somebody who's a scammer or something. So find who the person is, build a relationship. Businesses is all about relationships, who you know. And the stronger the relationship, the better the tie, the more trust there is, the better you'll be able to work together too. So here, I feel like we did a pretty well. We got to know each other pretty well. This is my, I think this might be my second time seeing these people in person. The last time I saw them was at a convention back in 1999 or 2000. It's been a while. And it's been so long that we basically, like, we're strangers at this point. But yeah, it went well. We hit it off pretty well. We discussed, figured out what each side needs, what each side can contribute, what kind of issues we had in the past, what kind of issues we can solve, and it looks like it's going to be going forward. So it looks like with a little bit of work and some financial help and some more relationship building with other companies that are going to have to be involved, like publishers, this comic might actually finally restart after, like, crap, 18 years, almost 19 years now. About 19 years since the comic took a break, because a lot of stuff happened for myself and for them. So yeah, it'll be good to see that back and see where it goes too. So I'm very happy to see that, because this was a project many years in advance and making, and like I said yesterday, persistence, just I kept pushing, kept looking for people, kept trying to get contacts, trying to kind of get things set up and going, and after like 6 years of this, it's finally to the stage where it's about to have a reboot. So that's definitely excellent. Tomorrow, kind of a busy day. Tomorrow, actually, you've probably seen me wear the t-shirt that says Edge on it. Edge is a newly rebranded wallet by Airbitz. I don't know if the company Airbitz, it's still called Airbitz or not, but their CEO is actually here in San Diego. Back when I worked for the different other Bitcoin wallet company, where I was a community manager and then a kind of a software developer manager, Airbitz was actually our competitor, but we had a very friendly kind of a competition going, where it wasn't like cutthroat business. It's like I respect them and sometimes help them out if they have issues, and they would respect me, and I would kind of help us out a little bit too. But it was kind of a collaborative, friendly competition, so to speak. It was, yeah, mostly friendly competition, and that's kind of how I prefer to do my business in general. And like, actually, the idea kind of came from, if any of you read Atlas Shrugged, this was how the main protagonist, Dagny Taggart, did railroad business with some of her other railroad friends near the beginning of the book. Like, there was strong competition, but it was fair competition, and it was like friendly, competitive, like sporty competition. So that's how I prefer to do it. But anyway, Airbits was the wallet that I consider to be our main competitor, because they definitely know how to do their stuff. And their CEO was actually kind of a friend of mine. And tomorrow I'll be meeting up with him. And Airbits was the one that I mentioned that, like, a lot of the things that a lot of the ideas that I came up with that were supposed to be implemented in the wallet I used to work for, which still haven't been implemented, Airbits actually ended up implementing in their Edge wallet. So I'm very happy to see somebody use that idea, even if they came up with it independently. It was a good idea, and I just glad to see it, not because, like, I came up with it, but because it was a good idea for this specific industry. So yeah, tomorrow, since he's here, he's still a friend. He actually invited me to go have dinner with him. So yeah, I'll be meeting up with Paul Play, CEO of Airbits, and we'll be discussing like how things are going and possibly future business collaboration too. So that should be pretty cool. And that's in the evening. In the morning, since I had my name change, unfortunately, my TSA pre-check does not have the new name. So every time I'm booking flights now, I'm using my new name. But because my TSA pre-check is still under the old name, it does not match up in the ticket, and I don't have TSA pre-check even though I paid for it. So tomorrow, early in the morning, that's where I'm going to take care of that, I guess. And then probably going to meet with the comic people again during the day for a little bit, and then in the evening would be dinner. But anyway, it's late here. It's really late in my home time, so it's time for me to turn it again. So great day, very productive, very happy with how it went, like very, very, very happy with how it went. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So see you.